You're listening to Spreaker Web Radio.
All right, dude. Well, we got about 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes left here, and you sent over audio of is this a podcast?
Please, let's not insult.
Oh, well, what is it?
This is Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, this is Blog Talk Radio?
This is a brand new Blog Talk Radio show.
Okay.
What was the guy's name? And I know it's Greg something, I think, from Whitesburg.
Oh, yeah, our good friend Greg.
Greg, what's his last name?
Why can't I remember his name?
Napier?
Napier, yeah, Greg Napier from Whitesburg, Kentucky.
Right. He's
got the rock show.
Yeah. Well, this guy, I don't know what this guy's deal is, but this guy, for whatever reason, this new show, Big Dog Audio, reminded me of Greg Napier, or at least the impression I used to do of Greg.
Okay. You guys are so great. Thank you very much. God bless you. You're the greatest ever.
Exactly. This guy reminded me of that.
Okay.
But he also has a returning legend to the CMS as his co-host.
Really?
Temporary co-host, just for the week, I'm assuming, and a legend in CMS world.
A legend?
Legend.
Wow.
One of the biggest names of co-hosts we've ever goofed on.
Okay, well, when you say this week, this is a daily show?
A weekly, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. I just found the one episode, and it made me laugh and laugh and laugh.
Okay. So this Big Dog Radio features somebody that's been on the CMS?
Yes, this person has been on the CMS, I believe.
Okay.
But definitely has been featured on the CMS 100 times.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is a Blog Talk Radio. So how's the audio? I haven't listened to this. I just downloaded it from you just, within the hour, so I haven't even heard any of it.
It's stellar.
Really?
It's as good as Blog Talk Radio ever was.
Really? Over the telephone?
That's right.
Is it good as Kay and Abby?
Yeah, it's right in there.
Kay and Abby.
Kay and Abby.
Are they still around?
I don't know. We need to find out, don't we?
Kay and Abby.
Kay and Abby.
And they're big Kiss fans, right?
Yeah.
They
were big Kiss fans.
Yeah, they're huge with the Kiss. Wow. Well, Nathan from Kentucky says the Rev.
I'm not going to share. You guys will hear for yourself.
Okay.
It could be Jake Rosenthal or whatever his name is.
The Rev.
Jake.
The Black Knight.
The Black Knight.
The Black Knight.
God damn it. We have created a bunch of celebrities out of a bunch of idiots.
Isn't that what Scott said, the Black Knight?
Yes.
Is that what he was calling in Black Metal Ray?
Yeah, he called him the Black Knight.
And they were right from the same neck of the woods, too.
Exactly.
From Oklahoma.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, this is called Big Dog Radio from Blog Talk Radio.
Yes.
Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio. Wow. Figures that they would use, the most popular cover, Ian Hunter song.
Of course. Well, obviously you'll figure out who the guest is from that. But
yeah.
Notice, please.
Wait a minute. Jack Russell is now doing interviews with Blog Talk Radio.
Of course.
Oh, nice.
Notice, if you will, the stellar production work in this intro.
Oh boy. Wow.
Blog Talk Radio.
What was that?
It was a slight edit.
I did not touch the gain on that at all. That was just what it was. Holy smokes.
Hairband World. How you doing, Miss Jennifer?
Oh
Love
boy,
Talk.
I gotta reset that a little bit.
Years. It's a blessing and an honor, but
Oh
Back,
boy,
back.
yikes! That's
Okay.
it. That just like cuts out right there.
And then he starts talking.
So they didn't just like fade it out and go into the interview. They just like bang.
Just start from the beginning and let it go till he talks.
Wow.
Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, levels are normal. I'm not going to touch a thing here.
Don't touch anything and let him go all the way till he starts talking.
hey, guys and gals, how you doing this?
Wow. Jeez. Seriously. I mean, I appreciate the fact that Blog Talk Radio allows any amateur to get on there and do what they do.
Yeah.
But take a little time to just do something. You don't sound like an amateur.
Come on, dude. That didn't sound like amateur
Fade
too.
it out, or keep the levels constant. Just fade it out. One
Did
guy,
amateur to you?
well, one guy that I have to admire, and not because he does stuff for us and he does it for free, is our good friend Wheezy.
Mm-hmm.
He started with an editing equipment and just playing around with audio. Remember some of his first audio things that he sent us years ago? They were a little rough, but
They
even the very, very first stuff was not that bad.
Right. No, I mean he cared.
Yeah, and he took the time and he played with it and learned and practiced and whatever. And these people, whomever choose to do this blog talk, they take no time or effort to do anything.
No, they just get a phone number and they're in.
Nice.
This is the Big Dog, Benny Henderson Jr. coming at you live from Big Dog Radio, brought to you by the one and only Fighting Words Radio Network. I want to thank each and every.
Brought to you by Triton Words.
The Triton Words Radio Network.
What is that?
I don't know. Maybe that's who made his telephone.
Yeah, but he's on Blog Talk Radio. How is it brought to you by Triton Networks or whatever?
Beats me. You're going to have to ask the big dog.
Okay. I just was wondering. It's like if they've got a network, what are they doing on Blog Talk Radio?
Maybe that's their network.
Okay. All right.
One of you guys and gals, rockheads, sports fans all around, for tuning in tonight's program. Any questions or comments for myself, for the guest, or my special co-host, reach us here at 347-202-0832. Again, that is 347-202-0832. I am Doghouse Box's very own, the Big Dog, Benny Henderson Jr. Just call me Fat Guy, anything you want to call me. We have a
Call him what? Fat guy? Call me fat guy?
Call me fat guy.
Okay.
All right, fat guy.
Aside from the hickey accent, he's got a good radio voice.
He does.
But he's got that hickey. You know who he sounds like?
Who?
He sounds like our good friend down there in Texas that called in a couple weeks ago. Texas born and bred.
Oh, Texas. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Look at Sure Tab, fat fuck. Hey, fat fuck. No, that's fat guy, not fat fuck.
Fat fuck. Fat guy.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hail and kill, boys.
Hey, it's
I just
MOL.
Yes, it is. I just want to know, is this Boomhauer?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's too late to punch out, so yeah, that was. I'm sorry, that was horrible. Fuck you, pal.
The one and only MOL checking in.
That's right. It's been a long time since you took a call like that, haven't it?
There you go. Evil Batman sounds like the Texas guy. I thought
Yep.
you guys were bosom buddies. You guys said you were like pals now.
Ooh.
Evil Batman in Texas, born and bred.
Well, they should be. They live in the same state.
I know, but the other week when he called in, Evil Batman said that they were pals.
Well, they certainly must be.
Nice.
Very special program. I'm very, very excited about this one. Been a fan for years. It's a blessing and an honor. But before I tell you who the guest is, I got to bring on the co-host. Filling in for the one and only David Devine Brooks, who right now is in Croatia.
David Devine Brooks.
Right now is in Croatia.
He's David Devine Brooks.
That-
He's Divine. Well, okay. Divine. What is with these shticky names?
Hey, it's me, David Devine Brooks.
You know, I'm Big Dog. Call me Fat Guy. I'm the Rev. I'm Black Metal Ray.
Right. Well, his guest co-host uses the real name,
Okay.
so that's good.
With Marky Ramone doing a little tour. He'll be back here in a few weeks. It is the one and only Lady of Rock. I'm going to get this right this time. She is Jennifer Werner of the 80s hairband world. How you doing?
Oh, my God. 80s hairband world?
Now, how did I find this?
How did you find that?
Totally random.
The 80s hairband world.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
Jennifer kicking in, and boy, wait till you hear her comment.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
Jennifer,
I'm doing good.
did I get it right this time?
Yes, you did.
Compelling. I can't say Werner right.
Yeah, she really brings it strong, doesn't she?
Jennifer Werner from 80s hairband world.
I'm doing fine.
Thank you. Did I get it right? Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
Play that.
So how are you? I'm okay. How are you? I'm fine too.
Great.
Years, it's a blessing and an honor, but before I tell you who the guest is, I got to bring on the co-host. Filling in for the one and only David Devine Brooks, who right now is in Croatia with Marky Ramone doing a little tour. He'll be back here in a few weeks.
What is Marky Ramone doing in Croatia?
I don't know. Playing a gig, I guess.
I mean, seriously, what does Marky Ramone as a solo artist bring to the table?
It's me.
I mean, I get it. I get it as the Ramones. It was a group, but what does Marky Ramone by himself bring to the table?
I'm going to say about $1,500 tops.
In Croatia?
Probably in Croatia, 10 grand. That's the sad part. These fucking people are so starved for music, they'll think that Marky Ramone is the goddamn Beatles.
Look at Nathan. I'd rather be in Croatia.
The one and only Lady of Rock.
How is she the Lady of Rock?
The one and only Lady of Rock, too.
The Lady of Rock?
Yeah, I thought that was Lee Aaron.
She's the queen of...
The metal queen.
The metal queen, according to Eddie Trunk.
Metal queen! The metal queen!
Nice.
Just right this time. She is Jennifer Werner of the 80s hairband world. How you doing, Miss Jennifer?
I'm doing good.
Did I get it right this time?
Yes, you did.
Good deal, good deal, good deal. Again, any questions or comments, 347-202-0832. Of course, we opened up a little bit of Great White, once bitten, twice shy. And, hey, guys and gals, check this out. I am ecstatic. Jennifer, I know we've talked about it all week. We have the one and only, the voice, and I repeat, the voice of Great White, the legendary Jack Russell. How you doing, Mr. Russell?
I'm doing fantastic, especially with an intro like that. My goodness, I appreciate it very much, man. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Jeez. Wow.
I want you to pay attention to this ass licking that Jack is about to get.
Oh my God.
This guy just licks this guy's ass until the fucking peanuts are clean. Okay. This is fucking embarrassing.
I'm gonna, just from your experience and my experience.
Yeah.
I've hung out with Jack probably on a half a dozen occasions.
Right, sure. I'm probably about the same.
Jack's a nice guy. He's
Certainly.
just a good dude. He's real nice, really friendly, very accommodating, unassuming, doesn't have the rock star attitude at all.
Right.
He likes what he does. He's a guy that just does what he does because he obviously in his career he's found something that he enjoys.
Sure.
And he
Drugs.
does what he does. Nice. But the accolades that these, I don't know what you want to call them, amateurs
Axe.
bestow upon him is, if you were in Jack's shoes,
Yeah.
what would you think about that?
Well, first of all, if I was in Jack's shoes, there's no way in hell am I doing Blog Talk
Well,
Radio.
that was a surprise to me that, when Ace Frehley was doing his press,
Right.
we couldn't even get an interview with him.
That's because we were unethical and illegal.
Yeah, we were dicks.
Yeah, exactly.
And
God,
so we were denied an interview with Ace Frehley
right.
because regardless of what you thought of his publicist, at least they vetted who was talking to their client.
Right, sure. Right.
But obviously Jack, he doesn't care.
No, he's like, hey, I'll talk to anybody. It's
Come on, come one, come all.
I might reach 3 fans today, but those 3 will be out at the show.
Right. But, if you remember right, that guy that called into the show, that goofy guy that asked us to pass a message to Don Dawkin.
Yeah, the Maddest Hatter.
Yeah, he and his life mate got to speak to Ace Frehley on Block Talk Radio.
Dude, I just listened to that this week. That's one of the best segments we ever did, ever. When he comes up at the end and he goes, "Hi, babe."
They were asking him what kind of Snickers ice cream or something he liked or something.
Yeah, the guys from the Mars company want to know if you like ice cream bars.
Mars, because he's the spaceman, right?
Exactly.
Because I see the connection there.
I just love at the end where he goes, "Yeah, my wife would like to say
My
hi to you."
wife.
Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
Hi, babe. Just
Oh,
want to thanks for coming on,
My
Ace.
wife.
We're doing the dance of the happy since you came on.
Oh, my wife.
Yikes.
I want you to send a message to Don Dawkin because he helped me get over my first love.
And I just unloaded on him. Are you fucking high?
That was the guy.
I know. It
Oh
was
my
the same guy.
Hysterical. All right, let's get back to Jack Russell on Blog Talk.
All right, listen to how happy this guy is to talk to Jack.
I just really, really honestly appreciate you coming on the program. You are an excellent, talented man. I have been a fan for several years. So I do thank you for coming on the program. We've had, like I said before, we've had a lot of people on the program, the Fighting Words Radio Network, and thus far, man.
What is it? There's a lot of people on what network?
Beats me.
So I'm taking it from the silence of Jennifer that she's currently changing her pad or her panties right now.
I don't know what she's doing. She doesn't offer a whole lot here.
Well, I figured she was probably busy.
I guess. She's writing up her next big blog.
Right.
I'm just ecstatic that you're here. Seriously, I mean, if it was
I
Pamela
appreciate
Anderson,
thank you for taking the time, man.
oh man,
See, Jack, I like Jack. He's a class act, regardless of his, problems.
Right.
He doesn't like this kind of shit.
Oh, he's like,
thank
all right,
God, thank God for you. Thank you for taking the time. I'm just ecstatic. I mean, I kiss your feet. If you could extend your hand, I'd kiss your ring.
And Jack's like, all right, first question.
Yeah, it's like, okay, all right, dude, relax. All right, enough.
We get it.
I know. I know the first concert I ever went to was back in hell. I can't say the exact. I think it was 91. It was Tesla, Great White, of course. Tesla, Great White, and Kicks. You guys came.
Oh, that would have been 89. Actually, that would have been 1989. Yeah,
I know.
Doubleheader tour.
Yep, y'all did Odessa, Texas, the Ector County Coliseum, and I remember.
I remember that show. Actually, I do remember that show. That was awesome.
Was that you in the fifth row? I knew I remembered you.
Yeah, you were the guy with the black hat on, right?
I remember I pointed to you from the stage.
You were the guy in the jeans, right?
What is weird is, and you do some of these shows, it's almost like one long concert. I mean, but there are several shows, over your period of your career that kind of stand out. For some reason, I remember that one. I don't know why.
Because I was there. That's why.
Because you saw this guy.
Yeah.
Fat guy.
It was destiny.
That's right. You saw the fat guy in the third row.
Right. And you pointed to me and you said, "This one's for you, dude." And then you broke into Once Bitten, Twice Shy. And I really thought that you were like dedicating that song to me because at that time I was having a breakup with my 9th grade girlfriend. And I was a freshman, and I was really experiencing my first love and stuff, and it was like Once Bitten and Twice Shy, and I thought, wow.
Well, I remember seeing you in the crowd. I saw your big fat face, and I said, man, to you, this is Face the Day.
That's why I remember that show.
That's right, because I did Face the Day for the fat face. That's right.
Well, that show is stuck in my head for 20 years now. I remember, I don't know if you remember exactly this, but I do remember a joke that you told.
Well, 1989 to 2012 is, 23 years.
Wait a minute. He's going to remind Jack of a joke he told.
I remember you told this joke on stage. He said, this horse walked into a bar and ordered a drink, and the bartender asked, "Why the long face?" And I'll never forget that.
And I know you're a married man, and I mean no disrespect. This is 20, this is 89.
I know you're a married man, and I don't mean any disrespect. Jack's been through so much pussy in his life. He can't remember which one was his wife and which one was just a bang. That's the truth.
Oh my God!
Come on. Holy smokes!
Wow.
For the guy to remind Jack about a joke that he told on stage and to say, "I mean no disrespect," by repeating this back to you.
And the joke he told was, 31 years ago? Or 21 years ago?
23 years ago.
Jesus.
Thank God for you, Jack. Thank you for being on my show. Yeah. As soon as Jennifer is finished changing her pad, she'll be able to interject a question here, too.
Yeah.
Because after all, she is the first lady of rock of 80s hairband world.
That's right.
You said something about being with a fat girl, and you had to roll off her twice, or something like that. I don't know.
Well, thanks for relating the joke. You said something about being with a fat girl and having to roll off of her twice. It was something like that. I'll never forget that joke. It was funny.
I don't remember the words, but it was pretty funny.
You know how there was something about rolling a fat girl around in flour just so you could find the wet spot or something? It was like something in that vein.
I don't remember exactly.
I know you're married, but I don't mean any disrespect by repeating something you said about 23 years ago, but I'll never forget it.
And no disrespect if you use flour in your bed now, but man, you told that joke. Jesus.
It was something like that.
Something like that.
Oh, I forget. Yeah, it was something to do with Face the Day. I forget. It was an intro to Face the Day.
I remember you. That stuck in in my head for all these years, brother. That has stuck in my head, and I just, yeah.
Obviously, it didn't stick in your head because you can't remember the punchline.
Can't remember the joke.
Look at Sure Tab. Was it Tawny Katane?
Jeez.
God. I'll never forget it. It's stuck in my head.
I can't remember it right this minute.
Yeah, it went something like this.
Yeah, something about rolling off her twice.
It had something to do with like a fat chick, and you had to like roll off her twice, and I don't remember. You had to use the curtains to clean yourself off, or something like that. I'll never forget it though.
Something like that. Good God.
Fan sense, man. So why, hey, brother? What? I know you have the Jack Russell Great White. What's going down with you guys, man? I know y'all been touring. Y'all fixing to start doing some more touring, but what's been going on in the life of Jack Russell?
Oh my.
You got the album Jack Russell Great White. What the hell's up with that?
What's all that about? I told you this guy was a jewel.
I mean, again, you and I, we deal with publicists now and again who are anal retentive where it comes to their quote-unquote, their client.
Yes.
Obviously, Jack has no representation.
Oh, his publicist's pretty nice.
No, I mean, he's got no representation that's his interviews.
Ask okay. Yes, well, ask okay.
Okay, all right.
Well, just that and all the legal stuff that I got to get through right now. But mostly just playing and writing new material, and we're getting ready to record a live DVD in August at our next show at the Sunset Music Festival in Hollywood on the Sunset Strip at the Whiskey. And we're going to release that, for people can just so they can have it. We're not going to charge anybody for it. We're going to release it on the internet so they can download.
So how do you make a DVD and then you don't charge for it, but then it's downloadable on the internet?
Dude, none of these guys know anything about what they're talking about.
It's a streaming video that you just download.
He's going to upload the songs to YouTube.
Yeah, it's not a DVD.
It's not going to be a download either. You watch.
Okay.
It's going to be YouTube. I guarantee you it's going to be YouTube.
Okay, so you're going to film your show and you're just going to upload it to the internet so people can look at it.
Yeah, in other words, it's going to be very much like a electronic press kit that like Warrant does all the time, where they put it out there so people can see what the band sounds like today.
Yeah.
So they can get gigs.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. Perfect.
And we're just, like I said, working on new stuff for, an upcoming record. Once this name thing's figured out, then we'll start working on an album. But right now we're just writing and just playing all the time, bands just playing. It's been great, man. Because, I was off for so long and I really missed it, and I finally got healthy again and, got back in shape and got the injuries mended, and so it's just nice to be back on the road again.
It's great to have you back on the road, and God bless you, man. I'm glad that you recovered and everything's going good. I know that it was a now correct me if I'm wrong. I guess I'm a hillbilly. It was perforated bowel and pulmonary embolism.
This guy's scholarly, isn't he?
He's good.
Perforated bowel.
Embolism.
Well, there's something that led up to that caused that. It just didn't happen.
Dude, we are talking to a legend. We're not going to bring up the bad things.
Oh, okay.
Please.
I'm a hillbilly here, so you don't have to excuse me.
You got to help me out here because I'm just a dumb hillbilly.
Listen, yeah, that was part of the problems. I mean, the last thing I was recovering from was I shattered my pelvis. And I had to do surgery, and I went in for surgery on August 11th. And when I came out, my wife had told me that Jamie Lane had passed away that day, and I couldn't believe it. So it was like that was my wake up call. Like, okay, Jack, you need to quit drinking for real here.
Well, we couldn't believe it. We actually predicted it.
Yeah, exactly. We believed it.
We actually said that Janie Lane will be found dead in a hotel.
We did.
We did.
We did.
We did. We said that the next news story we hear about Janie Lane is he's going to be found dead in a hotel.
And sure as shit,
That's exactly what happened.
Tragic.
I need to find that clip.
Yeah.
I mean, we both like Janie Lane.
Yeah, we did.
Janie lived just a few miles from me over there in Akron, as well as you.
Sure, and I knew Janie, very well from dealing with him with Billy.
Right. But, we knew just from, we actually spoke with him several times on this show.
Right.
Telling him, in fact, I had spoken with Stevie Rochelle, and Stevie asked me to send his concerns to Janie about his, about his condition, his addictions, whatever. And it's like, dude, we don't want you to die.
Dude, well, you remember the last interview that I did with him on the show. I lit him up. I was like, dude, why don't you just come off the road and write songs and stop? You can't do it anymore.
Why don't you just write songs for other people and just stay off the road and stay away from that mess?
And remember, I even said to him, I said, dude, why would you go do that when you know you can't? We were pretty hard with Janie.
I know, and I asked him point blank. I said, how are you going to keep yourself clean and sober on the road?
Right. And he gave us all this bullshit about his higher power and his life coach and, all that stuff. Remember, he said, I've got a life coach now. And blah, blah. Yeah, okay, dude.
And
that's about a gig.
And then I remember after he rejoined Warrant and that fell apart, we said, the next news story we hear about Janie Lane, he's going to be found dead in a hotel.
Yeah, Wheezy, get on that.
And then Jack Russell, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, how could you not believe it?
What's not to believe?
Please. Although, in fairness, we all expected Jack to be right behind him.
We're novices when it comes to this, and we had no surprise when that happened.
Be honest, though, you thought Jack was right behind him.
Absolutely.
Jack was on his way.
But I've gone through lots of tribulations, my friend. I mean, there's been a lot of problems that unfortunately, it is what it is. You learn your lessons, and you thank God for still being here, and to thank all the fans for all the support and the love they gave me during the time I was down, and now fortunately I can give back. I can go back on the road and start singing for them again.
You know what would be more admirable for guys, say like Jack Russell?
What?
Instead of just saying that there were problems, why don't they just preface that and say, yeah, there were a lot of self-inflicted problems?
Be honest. Yeah, I was a junkie.
Yeah, I did this to myself.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should ask him that next week.
Yeah, I think I will.
I think we should ask him that. Let's have a real interview.
Believe me, we will ask him that.
Yeah, we will. We are not going to come off soft with this. Hey, buddy. Just happy.
Thank God for you. Thank God that you're alive. We're glad you're out there rocking. Thank God for being on my show.
Jack, do you remember that joke you told in 1984? That was hilarious. Remember something about a lady and rolling off her? Remember that?
No disrespect to your current wife.
Yeah. Jesus.
I feel a need to say this, man. I really do.
Uh-oh. Is this stellar? Is this stellar? I feel a need to say this.
Just listen.
Is this guy being moved by the power of Christ or something?
Just listen.
I've worked with a lot of fighters in my time, mainly in sports journalism, and I've always tell guys, the young guys undefeated when they may lose the first time. I've worked with world champions and blah blah blah, whatever. It's not about me. But what I'm trying to say is, I've seen guys get knocked down and get back up and win the world championship. So it doesn't matter how many times you're a fighter, in my opinion, Jack, because
Thank you.
It's not a matter of how many times you get knocked down, because, hell, that shit happens. We're going to get knocked down alive. But you keep getting back it up. God bless you for that, Jack, for getting back up and dusting yourself off and carrying on, man. That's
What did he get knocked down by? Self-inflicted drug addiction? I mean, it's not like he got hit by a car or some random act of some something unforeseen. This guy did it to himself.
He got hit by a case of the anti-balancing on stage and kept falling down until he broke his hip.
Again, it's just like, well, you're a fighter and you got back up when you got knocked down. No, I did it to myself.
Yeah, he like rammed his head into the wall. That's what he did.
I don't get that. It's just like, it's not like some disease, some preventable disease attacked this guy, or he got hit by a car with some random act of.
Clearly, you're just an insensitive asshole, dude.
No, I'm not. I'm just being realistic.
You're not understanding the greatness. He was knocked the fuck down.
Okay.
He got back up.
And he dusted himself off.
That heroin knocked him down, and he found the inner strength to get back up from his own heroin addiction.
Okay, whatever.
Please.
That's why I like you, man. I think that's great. It's great for the fans because people look up to you, man. When they see the people they look up to and fall, it's like we fall with them. Be honest, you know how it is. And then when they pick themselves up, they like, it makes you feel better. So, man, God bless you for doing what you're doing and continue to do what you do, man. Cause,
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Do you feel better?
I can't take this ass kissing and this accolades for someone who basically shot themselves in a foot and basically learned to walk again.
And again, we love Jack.
I like Jack Russell. I have nothing against that guy. In fact, he's going to be on the show next week.
Right.
But this guy did it to himself.
But you know what? And we're going to find out next week. Honestly, if he's asked honestly, I'll bet anything he admits to it.
Of course he will. I bet you he would appreciate an honest interview, not somebody who's gone, "Oh, great, you're the greatest, and you fell and you got back up and you dusted yourself off, and the fans appreciate it, and you did it for the fans, man, and they admire you for that."
Look at Nathan in Kentucky. Did the Queen of Metal fall asleep?
Yeah, well, she's back there changing her panties right now because it's Jack Russell on the phone. For Christ's sakes,
that's right.
She's wetting herself as we speak.
I'm sorry.
And no, you've been making kick-ass music, so we want you to continue, man. And I didn't, so we're glad you're doing good. And the thing about Janie Lane, Jennifer could tell you this. He was on the program.
Yeah, she could tell you this if she was on the mic, but she's currently changing her pad because she can't handle the fact that a legend like Jack Russell is on the phone with us.
That's right.
Since she's the first lady of rock.
That's
and
right.
She heads up 80s hairband world, since you epitomize what 80s hairband is all about.
Like she's in the back cleaning up her squishy chair.
Right.
He was on He was on All Hell Hair, which is on the Fighting Words Radio Network. This was just
the Fighting Words Radio Network.
I listen to all their shows.
The Fighting Words.
Might have to investigate that.
Oh my God! What is with all these cheesy ass titles and names and the Fighting Words Network?
I don't know, but I'm writing that name down. I'll be doing some investigating this week.
Was it Jennifer? Not even a month or two before he passed away, correct? Something like that.
It was in December 2010. It was right before Christmas.
Okay, my bad. I couldn't remember. Yeah, he was on there, and he sounded real good, man. He was really, he was with the founder of the show, Bob, who had passed away around that, close to the same time as Janie. But
what?
I guess the guy that founded this show died, and now this guy took it over.
And how is that relatable?
Because it is.
Because they died in the same time frame?
Yeah, they died around the same time.
Okay, and?
So now Jack didn't die, and the show didn't die.
Okay. So
they're brought together.
Okay, I get the... Okay. I followed that logic completely.
He was the world lost a great man right there, in my opinion, as far as
I know. Tell me, man. He was a great guy, great singer, great songwriter. When he was doing the Great White stuff, for me, he did a great job. I mean, he really sounded good, and I was really, really, fortunate to have him out there filling in for him.
How does Jack know? He was laid up in a coma in the hospital. How does he know how Janie performed?
YouTube.
Well, there's some truth to that.
Probably is.
I wonder if Jack went to Philadelphia to check out Great White to see if they were in town at the same time he was.
That dude that interviewed him died at almost the same time. That show is cursed.
Jeez. Oh. I just don't understand this point of reference that these people.
Dude, why are you trying to?
Everything's so disjointed.
Well, there's no planning.
It was such a shock to me, when he did pass away. I mean, not like I wasn't really expecting it, in the back of my head, what I mean? And I think a lot of people were expecting that from me,
Well, you got that right.
Bingo.
We got that right.
Yep.
And that's what, when I found out he passed away, the first thing I said to myself was, Jack, you're next. I mean, I was really close. And
no, there's a guy that's got a grip on reality.
Right. Well, dude, he knew. That's why I'm saying all this ass licking is just ridiculous. That's why next week we ask Jack, and I guarantee he'll be straight up.
Of course he will.
It will be the first straight up interview he's done in the run since he started touring back.
It's like, dude, I knew this guy was on his way out. I'm on my way out.
Yeah.
I know it. I need to do something to change that course.
Don't you think this will be the first straight up interview he does next week?
Probably.
I think so.
I mean, I told his wife, Kimberly, widow, but I mean, I told her, I said, Janie's death saved my life, and she said, well, Jack, you allowing him to sing for you saved his legacy, because the last thing he did was, singing for you, and he did it very, very well, so it was, she's a real great lady, and we're very close now, her and I and my wife, they're really good friends, and so it's kind of nice to have that support for her and for my wife as well, because, Heather went through the same thing Kimberly did, except for I didn't die,
Well, we're glad you're
Big pause there. Oh, it's my turn to talk.
Nice.
saying that we lost him, but it's a part of life. It sucks, man, but I'm glad that
sure.
Out of the bad comes the good, I mean, he leaves a great legacy, and that saved you to continue doing what you're doing. I have to ask this, and I'm not going to dwell on it too much, and I know you can answer what you can and what you can't. I know that you talk about.
I love the fading in and out, fading in and out, fading in and out.
It's good, man. It's good, clean audio.
I want to ask you something, Jack, because really what I'm trying to say to you is thanks for being on my show. And I really wanted to say to you that this is what I want, because you're really a great Blog Talk Radio.
It's good stuff.
The Great White name, of course, in my opinion, and I mean no disrespect to anybody else. But
yeah, let's not offend anybody. Let's not disrespect anybody. Let's not be offensive in any way.
Yeah, let's temper our opinions so that they all stay neutral.
Yeah, let's not ruffle any feathers here.
That's right. I might get the great legend superstar Mark Kendall on too, so I gotta keep it even for him too.
I'll say this on record. I believe Great White is Jack Russell. I believe there's no true Great White without drugs. Without Jack Russell.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Last I knew, maybe I'm wrong about this, but when you're interviewing somebody, you're asking questions that are genuinely provoking to the person being interviewed to answer honestly. You're not giving them your opinions so that they can say, well, thank you. I appreciate that you love me. Right?
Right.
I mean, come on.
You're trying to provoke them to speak with you, not just, accept all these accolades being heaped upon them.
Yeah, it's not a great interview to say, dude, you did this song and it was great, and then you did that song and that was great, and man, you're great, and your greatness is only outweighed by your own greatness. That's how great you are.
And Great White can't carry on without you, because there's no Great White without you, and you are Great White. And
yeah, go for the question. Is there a Great White without Jack Russell? Boom. If that's what you want to go with, and then get him to answer the question. Let him tell you that there's not you tell him, you dumbbell.
I mean, to me, I've said this before, and of course I'll say it again. I mean, to me, the voice is such an important factor in the sound of a band. I mean, that really makes it what it is. You can't really. I mean, that's
all right, Jack. Wake it up here. But we have made that point here on the show. We've had that discussion that the voice is very important, which is why Journey found somebody that sounded like Steve Perry, which is why Foreigner found somebody that sounded like Lou Gramm, which is why Judas Priest found somebody who sounded like Rob Halford, because they need that sound, especially if you're an established band, in order to carry on.
Yeah. Exactly. The Van Halens and the Black Sabbaths of the world are few and far between.
Right.
One thing you can't take away without changing the whole sound of the band. A band can change other components, guitar players, bass players, etc. But you can't really change the lead vocalist without completely changing the sound of the band, especially when you have a singer that's, has a very distinct and recognizable voice. Which I hope to think that I do. So. As far as that goes, yeah, I feel like, Great White, a lot of it is me, is the voice. Not that there wasn't any other components that were, valid, but, I mean, it's like Steven Tyler is Aerosmith, and Robert Plant is Led Zeppelin, Mick Jagger is the Rolling Stones, that kind of thing, I mean that with all humility. It's just the way it is.
All right. Well, I respect Jack. He said there's other components that are important to the band, but the voice really does, make it recognizable.
Again, Jack is a straight shooter. Jack is not one that's going to bullshit anybody, which makes this guy sucking this guy's ass all the more embarrassing, because he could really be doing a good interview. Instead, he just keeps kissing his ass.
Right. Exactly.